adjust display settings in Fusion 360. Along the bottom of the canvas, you'll find the navigation bar. The three icons on the right side control various display settings in Fusion 360. Click the display settings icon and you'll see several categories to help you customize the way your design appears in 360. You can adjust the visual style to control the way shading and edges display in your design. You can adjust the mesh display to control the appearance of mesh faces. You can adjust the environment to one of the preset themes to complement your design or make it easier to see details as you work. In the effects section, you can show or hide the environment dome, ground plane, ground shadow, ground reflection, object shadow, ambient occlusion, and anti-aliasing to customize the way you'd like to display your design. You can control object visibility as a group or individually for objects like planes, axes, points, sketches, and joints. You can adjust the camera to display an orthographic, perspective, or perspective with orthographic faces. This third option is nice because you see a perspective view of your design while you're in a 3D view, but when you switch to an orthographic view, like front or top, you see an accurate orthographic representation of your design. You can also adjust the ground plane offset. By default, this is set to adaptive and adjusts automatically as you work. However, if you uncheck adaptive, you can drag the ground plane offset up or down to suit your needs. Click the grid settings icon, and you'll see all of the options you can use to adjust the grid. You can turn the layout grid on or off here, and toggle the layout grid lock and snap to grid options. By default, grid settings are set to adaptive, so the spacing and subdivisions adjust as you zoom in and out. If you switch grid settings from adaptive to fixed, you can set major grid spacing, minor subdivisions, and reference numbers that will remain the same as you navigate your design. By default, increments are also set to adaptive, so the linear and rotation increments adjust as you zoom in and out. If you switch increments from adaptive to fixed, you can set linear and rotation increments that will remain the same as you navigate your design. You can also toggle incremental move on or off, depending on whether or not you want to move objects by the set incremental values. Click the multiple views icon to switch to multiple views mode. The screen will click in 4 standard viewports: front, right, standard viewports, front, right, top, and isometric. You can control the orientation